Hello, my beautiful badgers. Messi Coda back again with another live dev interview, this time with Dreamteck Studios, creators of this beautiful game, Lifeslide. Don't forget to pop over to Steam and wishlist it. They also make Dreamteck Splines and Forever Endless Runner Engine. This video took place over on my live Twitch stream, all the w's.twitch.tv/themessycoda, where Saturdays, sometimes Fridays, you can catch me doing a live dev interview with amazing guests just like Dreamteck Studio. This interview took place back in April 2020 and we're re-uploading it to YouTube. So sit back and join us, you all, in a second. We're talking with Dreamteck. They make spliny things and endless runnery things, and not only that, does it span the splines? They've got Blender, which I have no clue what it is. It's a sound mixing and management system with an intuitive editor and easy to use API. Oh, we should ask him about Blender as well. Blender! What's Blender while you're at it, Governor?
Hey, fellow developer! Do you often find yourself having to mix and blend sounds in Unity? No? Oh. Well, now's the time to start! Anyway, Blender is here to help you and make your life easier. How? By providing a user-friendly interface for creating and editing audio mixes right inside the Unity editor. Use the track editor to create your dream sequence, and our smart audio blender component will create audio sources and control them in runtime for you.
That's awesome!
So, can you give me some example uses of Blender?
I'm glad you asked. Check this out.
That's just a drum loop.
Yeah, but check this out.
Oh, I see. Adaptive music. Cool. What else can I use it for?
Environment sounds.
Blender is the wife of Blender.
Anything else?
Vehicle sounds.
Cool.
Just
That's
random
awesome.
sounds.
Yeah, I get it. So, is this thing better than Fmod and Wise?
It's good. It's a good plugin, you can trust me. Although you don't know me, and that's not even my real voice. Seriously, I don't even know why I talk like that. It's super weird. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm gonna see myself out now.
Hello!
Hello.
Are you going to do your Blender voice?
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I see you got to watch this video. Hope everybody didn't cringe too much.
It's awesome. I loved it. I really did.
I'm glad you did.
So what do I call you on, like, what am I allowed to refer to your name as? Mr. Tech on the stream? Because I know that some people don't like you going by names, or just Mitko, like you've got on the Discord.
Just Mitko. You can just call me Mitko, yeah. Well, my real name is Dimitar, but Mitko is like short for Dimitar. Don't ask me how. I don't know
it makes perfect
how Bulgarian
sense.
names work. Yeah.
Or they just dropped in where you're from, effortlessly into chat. There,
Yeah. I'm from Bulgaria, Sofia.
There's a big Unity community in Bulgaria that I've discovered.
Yeah, there is actually.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. Here we have a lot of indie developers, like solo developers, and even some studios like ourselves. And there's a lot of interest in game development here. Sofia is becoming more and more something like an IT hub.
Yes, it is.
Where a lot of companies are investing because rent and workforce is cheap here. But also we have a lot of people who are up to date with latest tech.
Yeah, taxes have changed recently. I think there might be a bit of a slowdown because of the recent clampdown on what do you call them? Independent workers working for companies and things like that in those countries. So
really?
Bulgaria's in the EU. So you've got a lot of that. Who was it? The Koreans. That was it. The Koreans came in and invested in the infrastructure for some kind of weird deal that was going to happen, and that's why you've got super fast internet and everyone's got 5G in their toilets or something.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why there's such a big tech community and gamers over there, because you've just got an amazing infrastructure for it now.
Well, from what I know, we've had awesome internet since I can remember. Actually, I don't know why is that, but we've always been like in the top charts.
I was
for
told
internet
by
speed.
Bulgarian it's because of some inside Asian magic deal that happened. But
Maybe, yeah.
it sounds about right. Any conspiracy theory goes back to either China or Korea, pretty much.
Yeah, or Russia, but Russia
Shh,
not super internet
don't talk
friendly.
about that.
Yeah, no.
We don't want to disappear. Come on.
Yes,
We got to be careful. No, Russia. We love you, Russia.
no Russian involvement here.
No Russian involvement whatsoever. Nothing to see here, officer. Move along, move along. And on that note, let's give a proper intro. So everyone sitting around the world in front of your monitors, your laptops, your Amazon mirrors, your Google Watches, your Alexas and your Siris, give a warm and messy welcome to Dreamteck Studios, the creators of Dreamteck Splines, the Forever Runner, and now my favorite thing in the entire universe, Blender. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's a massive pleasure. And while I introduce you, I just want to play a video that you shot over, because, like you mentioned, you're a studio over there in Bulgaria, and you're also working on a little game, aren't you?
Yeah. Right now, let's watch the video.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh well. Are we allowed to talk over
yeah, we're
this?
allowed to talk.
Ah, okay.
You can do directed commentary if you want.
Yes. So this is Lifeslide. It's a metaphorical flight through life with a paper plane, and we've been working on this game for about 4 years now.
Wow.
And recently, and that's last year, we got the amazing opportunity to be a launch title on Apple's new gaming platform, Apple Arcade. And actually, the game was not targeted at mobile. It was supposed to be it started off as a mobile game. Then we shifted focus and decided to make it a PC game after seeing how PC gamers responded to it. They got like really competitive.
Really?
And and I was like, okay, let's make this a PC title. Back then, mobile phones weren't that powerful, so it was even easier for us to develop for PC. And then we had this amazing opportunity to be on Apple Arcade. So this is what has made the game's development until now possible. Actually, we were at the brink of freezing the project, and then this opportunity came in.
So how did you get involved in this? Did you submit it, or did someone find you?
Well, we were found by our publisher. They discovered our YouTube channel and our plugins. It turns out their studio is using our plugins as well.
Oh, cool.
And that's how they kind of found us. So they proposed to us. And we were like, hell yeah, this is amazing. Let's do it.
So what is Apple Arcade then?
Well, Apple Arcade is a subscription-based platform like Netflix, just for games, and you basically pay, I think, $10 to play all the games on the platform for a month. So you pay a monthly fee, and then you have access to all games there. And right now there's like 100 or 200 games. I'm not sure about the count of the games. I know that when the platform launched back in September last year, there were about 100 games. So we were one of the first games there, and now I don't know how many there are.
Wow, there's it looks like there's a few.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Really? Call of Duty.
I'm not sure these are. I'm not entirely sure that these are arcade games, though. They're just regular games.
This app is only available on the App Store, iPhone, and iPad. Well, I'm just really confused. A Metaphor.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Block Zero. So Block Zero is your publisher,
Yeah, Block Zero is our publisher.
and they make
They have
Punch Planet.
Yeah, they have another game published, and I know that there are other games coming from them.
But none of them are as good as Lifeslide, though, are they?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. But
So how many
Yeah,
are you
well-
in the team that worked on this?
currently, there's 10 of us.
Wow.
But before we started working with Apple, we were between 2 and 3 people. It started as a university project actually, and then I took it out and said, "Yeah, let's develop this further." So right now, the state of the game is not what I want it to be yet. Because in the beginning, when we started working on the game, I made all the art and the level design, and basically I made everything. And this is a very bad thing because I'm not an artist, neither a level designer. I don't know what I am.
But you coded the Forever Runner, and you coded Dream Splines as well.
Yeah, I can also program, but the beginning art was done by me, and it was more or less horrid. I mean, it was acceptable enough, but I really want to increase the quality of the game. Like for example, right now you're looking at old screenshots. This is how the game looked when before we went on Apple Arcade, and now the new levels are looking much better, and we are also going back and reworking existing levels just to get them up to the quality standards.
Are you saying that you were regarding these ones as the bad levels, or as these, because these look good? Which were the bad ones?
All of these are the bad ones, actually. Yeah, in terms of level design and in terms of art as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed already. So the new one was going to blow me away when I play it.
Well, yeah, the new ones look a lot better. I'm actually proud with how the new ones look, but yeah, the ones on Steam is just
And
it's okay-ish.
The planes that you've got, the style, they affect the different how the game how it actually maneuvers and stuff, or is it just cosmetic?
Yeah, well, each plane has different stats. So, for example, one plane is more maneuverable, then another one has more aerodynamics, and they fit different styles of play. We also found that, we didn't find it. It was by design like this, so that different levels may be easier to pass with different planes, and other levels might be harder to go through. But otherwise, if you use the beginning plane, the well-rounded one, you should be able to go through all the levels without a problem.
But it's easier if you use planes that are like more geared to that kind of terrain.
Yeah, if you figure out which plane is the best for the given situation, it might be easier. But the planes are actually locked in the beginning, and as you play, you unlock, you find plane parts, and these plane parts are each part has a given color, and if you collect 3 parts of the same color, then you unlock a plane.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So
you unlock rewards and stuff. I like that. I get addicted to that kind of stuff. Dopamine. Dopamine.
Yeah, you also have a great.
You used your Forever engine though to make it.
Yes, actually, Forever was developed for Lifeslide, and at some point we decided that we can take it out and make it a separate asset. Right now, there are some issues with the plugin. I would like to publish a new version soon, but because we're super busy with our game, the plugin development has been going a little bit slower.
So what can you give a little insight into what the issues are, so people know when they're about to buy it?
Yeah, like for example, one of them is resource loading and unloading. There's at some point we have already developed a better solution for loading and unloading resources.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, stuff like that. We also would like to add other features that people are requesting. I have a list of some of the features. Like for example, a lot of people are requesting junctions, because right now, and in the description of the plugin, we're stating that junctions are not supported. I would like to add junctions at some point, but this would be very, very messy. It's going to be a very, very long journey to implement this into the product. So I don't know when this is going to be. Another thing is Playmaker actions.
Oh, so
you've
integrated with Playmaker.
Yeah, well, Dreamteck Splines already comes with Playmaker actions, but Forever is not yet ready for Playmaker.
What made you choose to add Playmaker actions?
Oh, because a lot of people are using it and were asking about it, so we decided to go for it and make them.
Cool. So when you say junctions, you mean like here, to branch off into go this way or that way, left or right kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me share my screen with you, and then I'm going to load up Unity and start. You very messy. You're in the right place. Exactly. As it's very messy, you are in the right place.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking when I said it.
Let me share your screen. I've noticed something recently that I upgraded my graphics drivers, and in doing so, whenever I share my screen of Unity, sometimes it flickers. Right, tell me when you can see my screen.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the at the Twitch stream. Let me just. I'm seeing the screen. It should be fine. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right. There we go. Inside, and I've imported in both the Forever and the Splines. And inside, there's a little examples package that you can expand and put in to both of them. And there's a lovely user manual in both of them as well. And I just want to load up, first of all, the Forever Runner one, because it's the easiest for me to just jump in and start mucking about with.
Yeah.
And then we go into the splines, because I've actually had a few people messaging about splines, and there's like curvy splines and a load of other spline tools out there. Seems to be 101 spline tools. And people asking which is the one we should get, what one we should get. And they all seem to be very expensive. And at the moment, I've heard you exclamation mark spline in chat, is a 50% sale on Dreamteck Splines. And strangely, even without the 50% sale, your spline's like one of the cheapest ones in the store. And it seems to have a long feature set. So, bringing you on, I'm basically going to go, is this all smoke and mirrors? Are you trying to pull a fast one on us? Or is your spline tool actually as good as it looks like it is? Is this too good to be true? Are you? Or, like I said to Procedure World's Adam Goodrich, it better not suck, when he came on for an interview. Also, when you said that at the start, is that what you mean? Like at the start, when I clicked play on this demo scene, it was black for a moment and then loaded up. Is that the optimization changes that you said you want to work on?
No, this is just the level generating in front of you. Usually we have a boolean which says is ready, and you can check it, and you can display a loading screen on top of it. You can also have you also have an access to a progress and an event which is on ready. Which it's you have to first generate the level. But in terms of Dreamteck Splines, no, it's a legit tool. It works, and I don't know. It's the price. It's okay. I mean. For me, at least, because Curvy has this cool visual editor. It has some really how can I say it? Nice features, really complicated stuff. And our plugin goes for a little bit simpler approach, but yet functional. And so that's why I decided we can. It gets harder. So that's why we decided to make it. It was actually $30, but with the new version, we bumped the price a little to $35.
Did you know a difference in sales by even just a small $5 increase?
Sales increased for some reason. I don't know.
Really?
Why.
So you put the price up, and actually more people buy it.
Yeah, well, actually, pricing works like that kind of. I mean, if you make a product and make it really cheap, people would be reluctant to buy it. If you make it really expensive, then they would not buy it because it's really expensive, obviously. But if you make it, just the right price, you might get the most out of your sales.
Because people think, it's too cheap, so it can't be that good.
Could be, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's getting faster. It's getting faster. Oh, ah, ah.
Yeah, these games are like definitely not polished. They're just super basic. But the idea is to show people that you can make different types of games here.
Well, you don't want your demo to be too flippable. Otherwise, somebody will just buy it, click
Oh
buy
yeah,
and then sell it on the Play Store.
yeah, that's another problem that the game industry is fighting as it flips.
This is what I like. I like people who package demo, like do the demo videos, and then the actual packaged demo is a stripped down version without like all the bells and whistles, which is odd because whenever I load up a package, I'm like, let's check out the demo scene. All right then. Oh. So how long can it go on for? It can go on like when you say forever. It really is.
It's forever. Yeah.
So how does let's have a look at how this level is built. So we go to the level generator. Where where is the level?
The level is under the level generator object. When you press play, the level is going to generate, all the segments are going to generate and going to be children of the level generator object.
So how do you define how it's supposed to look?
How the level is supposed to look?
Yeah, like how do you design it?
Yeah, we have a visual editor for this. First of all, you have to make level segments, which are just straight prefabs with a level segment component attached to them, and these level segments are okay.
So where should I go?
Well, if you want to create the simplest possible segment, you can go to let's go to prefabs. No, let's go to meshes actually in the Collider Run folder.
Meshes. Yep.
Yeah, let's take out tunnel 1, for example.
Well, just drag it into...
Yeah, just drag it in the hierarchy or something, whatever.
Okay.
Then you would add one of these blocks, for example, or something inside the level. You can just leave it like this. It doesn't matter.
Well, just drag...
Yeah, you would add it just to the segment. Make it a child of the segment.
Okay, let's make that a bit sexy. Oops, there we go.
Okay, so now you would go to tunnel 1,
the
tunnel 1 object, and then you would add a component and add the level segment.
Right, so level segment.
Yes, and now you have to define how the mesh is going to be bent. Now, first of all, you can see that the bounds of the entire prefab are visualized, and if you this is because it calculates the bounds of the mesh. You can make this. You can disable this by default if you go to the properties, and then you can define what goes into the bounds by default. But you've expanded the objects property, and in tunnel 1, if you click the tunnel 1 object, it would open extrusion settings, the external settings window, and there you have a couple of options here. What we're looking for is it's bend mesh. So if you click bend mesh, this is going to make the segment bend along the generated level path when the game runs. Yeah, so now you would click Save As, and you would save the prefab. Now, this is a little bit of a messy solution. I couldn't figure out how to overwrite the, Unity's prefab saving system. So applying prefabs, etc. I couldn't figure out how to do this. So we had to add these additional buttons, Save and Save As. What they do is basically they cache everything inside the level segment that's needed for the generation, and then they create the prefab and use the prefab utility API. So this is how it kind of works. It's not the best in my opinion. If anybody has any suggestion how we can make it work using just the prefab menu, that'd be awesome. We did make it work to if you double click the prefab and go to the prefab scene by saving the prefab, exiting the prefab scene, it would run the caching, and everything would be fine. But if you're outside of the prefab, you have to click save in order to, save the segment.
I mean, in itself, that looks awesome. By the way, Max from Manaspark, thank you so much. Another asset developer in the chat. Thank you for the sub, buddy. How you been? Not seen you. I hope your family and you're all safe. 10 months in a row subscribing. Thank you very much, mate. Can I get a fresh? Give a link in chat to Manaspark Studios, please. Thank you, buddy. So I've made a folder called test, and I shoved in test. And if I look in the prefabs, you've got level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah.
So does that? When I was playing that demo, though, there were more different segments than just these 3 from level. So was I seeing all 9 of these, or how was it working?
Okay, so if you want to add, in order to define a level, you would define a level by including the segments you want to have the level spawn. You click the level generator, expand the given level you want to get, and this is the sequence editor. Now, sequences in Forever are just a collection of segments, and a sequence can be random, it can be ordered, or it can be a custom sequence. And custom being, you would write your own logic and plug it into the sequence, and then it would pick the segments inside the sequence based on your logic. Right now, level 1 consists of 2 random sequences. The first random sequence will just spawn 3 empty tunnels in a random order, and then the second random sequence is going to spawn 3 tunnels with obstacles. By the way, I'm not sure if it's going to spawn 3 tunnels. You can check that by pressing settings on the sequence, and then it's going to show you the segment count. Oh yeah, it's going to spawn 2.
Oh, just notice nobody can see what I'm doing because it's not docked. So, if I do apologize, everyone. Like, what are they talking about? We can't see anything. There you go. Now you can see. So, I'll do that again. Clicking here, loaded up this. Now these are the level ones, and they're set to random sequence.
Yeah.
So they randomly will load one of these, and then I click settings, and the shuffle type is random or ordered or custom. So I'll leave it on random. I think if I do ordered,
if you do ordered, it is going to spawn all the 3 segments in the order they're added.
And what's this custom path generator on that one then, compared to this one here, collider path?
It is the same asset, but if you want the given sequence to run with a different path generator than the one that is provided in the level generator, this is going to override the level generator's path just for this sequence. So right now, the level generator is using the collider path generator, but I can make another path generator and then pass it on the custom path generator just for this sequence.
So you could have like an event happen and it will fire off a different. So could that be changed at runtime? So it would be having path generator file A, and then something happens, and suddenly custom path generator got changed to B.
It is. It kind of works like that, but it happens automatically. You don't need to do anything. I mean, as soon as the sequence starts, generating it, the custom path generator used for this sequence is going to be used to generate the path. But if you would like to change the path during runtime, you can just simply switch the path generator during runtime, and it's going to proceed generating the level with the new path generator that you have.
So why can't you? Because you were talking about having junctions. Why wouldn't you be able to have a prefab, say? So if I put in a mesh, let's just close that a second, and had this, for example, and let's say that there was something here like this.
Yeah, you would make it go into separate ways. You would make it branch.
Yeah. So at the moment, you currently have the logic, if I went through this hole here, could I have a trigger that would then activate another level? And if I went through this one, it would do a different level. So that way it's kind of like a junction.
Yeah, you could actually totally do that. I never thought of it, actually. Yeah, you can do that, but you would not see a physical junction like the road splitting in front of you. It would you can make the segments look like a junction, and then it would generate a different path based on which way you take inside the level generator, because that's the given trigger. But yeah, you cannot just do a Y junction and split the geometry, and then you cannot see the path going in two different directions and then pick one.
What if you had your prefab, your mesh here with a weird shape? Or your mesh now, like if I put... just going crazy. I'm trying to break it. If you've watched any of the interviews,
Go ahead.
I enjoy breaking stuff.
Forever is breakable. Dreamteck Splines is a little bit more stable. Yeah.
So if I had this,
Yeah.
there like that, and let's go down there like this. You're like, what's he doing to my baby? My baby.
It's okay. I've seen a lot worse.
Really? I'd love to see worse.
Yeah.
What's the worst you've seen?
Well, I don't really wanna, comment because people are doing their best. But yeah, I've seen worse.
Have you seen worse by your own team?
I've seen worse by me, by my team. I don't know.
That's awesome. All right, so now if I had, this is a chart of that, and this is a chart of that, and this is a chart of that. So then if I put...
It's a good idea to have your base object have a scale of 1:1:1, uniform scale.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So you can put this whole contraption in an empty object and attach the level segment component to it.
Let's now make you look sexy again. So there we go. So now if I had that.
Yeah.
So I'm basically flying through here. Woo! And, well, that's not going to work. So big.
First of all, just a little spoiler. The game is confined to the level path, and it's not going to let you go sideways. So
so I can't just go like, because I've got a mesh like goes forwards like this. I can't just go woo.
Yeah, you can use you can put you can remove the player and put another player with a character controller, so it has free movement, and then you can do that. But this particular game is confined to the level path, and it's not going to even if you have another corridor, it's not going to take it.
So what if I had like that?
Yeah, if you duplicate them one next to each other in parallel, you might be able to you're probably not going to be able to get through these holes there, but otherwise it should work.
Ooh,
in theory.
So that's as best as I'm able to get at a true junction at the moment.
It's like a spaceship.
And let's have a look at the let's just delete that before we ruin it. There you go. And if I go to the collider run, so do I double click this, or how does it work?
This is the path generator, or what do you want to do? It's it's just an asset. You can edit the properties of the path.
So how do I visually see the path?
Unfortunately,
is
you
it not like
cannot.
is it not like a spline path like that, or is it?
It is a spline path, but it's getting generated randomly during runtime. So in order to see the path, you need to play the game and just look at the level. And when you select each segment, is going to visualize the path for the segment.
Okay, so basically, by defining this path, it is all I'm doing is editing these variables only, and that's it.
Yep. Well, this is how this particular path generator works. We have a custom path generator, which allows you to set up your custom spline, and then you would have a level that would be generated along a custom spline, and this is going to provide you a visual editor for that. But the custom spline is a finite spline because you cannot design an infinite spline because you would at some point you would run out of points, and because of that, the custom path generator is used for finite levels usually.
So if you wanted a truly endless runner, you would use this.
Yeah, you would use one of these. We have other generators, like we have a spiral generator. We have a couple of different path generators. And
so how do I use those? Where do I? Is there like a menu?
No,
That's the splines one. So how do I?
You have already linked this to your level generator. So if you select your level generator object,
Yep.
you would see that the path generator is linked in the path generator field here. So the level generator knows to use this collider path.
So if I want to make a one that I've controlled, a finite one, what should I do to start?
Okay. So you right click in the project, for example, click create, scroll down to forever.
Yep.
Then path generator, and then you would click the custom path generator.
So I've got here custom path generator, high level path generator, random path generator, spiral path generator, wavy path generator.
Yeah.
Which one do you want me to click?
Groovy path generator. Well, you can click on the custom path generator.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So the custom path generator. By the way, this level, this editor that you're going to see is not going to be left like that for future versions. We are actually going to implement Dreamteck Splines, the Dreamteck Splines editor, into this custom path generator. Yeah, this is one of the reasons we made Dreamteck Splines 2, because the spline editor now is actually a standalone editor. It can be actually taken out of the project and made to work with other things. But anyway, I digress. So now you have this shitty editor for now. And the shitty editor works like that. You click create point in the inspector.
Okay.
And it's going to create 1 point. And then you click create point again. And then you move the move handle, forward. And then, well, that's backward.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. And so that's how you create the spline. And of course, when you click create point, it always puts the move handle in the 0 coordinates instead of the last point created, because it has to be extra uncomfortable. But yeah, we are working to
I didn't want to
improve
immediately say something because I got told off the other day for being too horrible to people.
Nah, I'm pretty aware of this. I don't like it, and I want to improve this. So it's definitely going to be changed in future versions.
Endless runner is like when you try to talk sense to a politician and all they do is run their face endlessly. Yes,
nice.
That is so true. So if I click create point, yay! Oh!
And yeah, you've clicked away from the spline. Now you have to select it back. Yeah, and you can click on the points to select them. At least this works. Nope. You cannot drag select. It's not Dreamteck Splines yet, but it will be.
Ooh.
So now that you've created this path, one very important parameter to note is the segment count at the top of the path generator.
Okay, so 10 at the moment.
Yes, this defines how many segments is this path made to accommodate. And if you have 10 segments right now, this path does not look like it's very long. If you have 10 segments, that it is going to generate the segments very squished along the path, because it's going to try to generate 10 segments. It's going to try to generate 10 segments within the path length. So you need to set this segment count to a smaller value or increase the size of the level path.
So make them more distance, or
Yeah.
change that to like 5.
5, yeah.
So points per segment, it says here 5. Sample 8, 10.
Yeah. So each segment gets when the level path is generated. This defines how many control points are generated per segment for the level path. If you increase the points per segment, this is going to spawn more points for the given segment. This does not relate to the points that you have already placed for the custom path.
Okay.
It is going to generate another spline along this spline for each segment, and for each segment is going to generate the given number of points that is set there.
Cat, mall, rom, B spline, Bezier and linear, custom path types. What happens if I start mucking about with this? Am I gonna ruin what I've done?
No.
Hang on, one of my balls are going a bit.
Yeah, it's a different algorithm. Now the spline does not interpolate the points; it just approximates them. So, and in Bezier you have tangents that you have to, additionally set.
I like this one. It's nice and curvy.
Yeah.
So now if I go to my level generator,
Yeah.
I can drag in this one
Mm-hmm.
and then click play, and everything's broken.
Nope.
So is this using
Everything
my one
is.
now?
Yeah, if you click escape, no, it's not gonna pause the game probably, but if you pause it uses yours, and you probably should increase the path count because the path seems to be longer, I guess. But if you click the custom path generator asset, it was going to draw the path along the level so you can see.
So I noticed that we didn't have. Hang on. It seems to be like just the blank one. So it did this empty one on all of them. Was that my luck? The randomness. It's the same one.
No, it just spawns 2 empty segments, but because the segment count for the custom path generator was lower, it stretched these segments a lot. So if you it can bring you back to 10 and.
All right.
Yeah, that looks much better. Still not super fine, but yeah. If you keep flying, it should spawn. Yeah, you can see that it spawns the ones with the obstacles eventually.
So this is me flying around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's following this. Then I get here. So what these little balls are my Lego. Oh look, there's a little Lego block icon.
Yeah, this is the level segment icon.
You're not going to get sued by Lego, are you?
I hope not.
And these ones here with the little dots, little balls.
Yeah, this is when you select a level segment during runtime, it is going to draw the level segment path that is being generated for the level segment. And this path, this is the points per segment. This path has 5 points, so you would see 5 black dots. And you can see how tangents are distributed, and these perpendicular lines, these are the samples along the path. So how many samples, so how many times the spline has been sampled. And the meshes in the level segment are actually generated to bend along these samples. So if you need more detail, you might need to increase the sample count or the point count, or both.
That's awesome. And that's
But
how you stop
usually
it from
5.
looking all weird. Otherwise, if it's too low, it would just be too warped and.
Yeah, it
shape.
might be too sketchy.
Gil was saying, should try this with a dungeon asset. Would be cool. Oh,
Yeah, you can actually do a lot of assets with it. But then again, it does not support junctions yet, so.
It would be a very long dungeon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is because you reached the end of the path. This is what I meant when I said this custom generator is used for finite levels. You cannot generate infinite ones with it.
How can I? How would I say it at the end? That I want it to be a specific prefab.
At the end, well, you would go to. Well, first of all, you need to. The segment count now is set to 10. So you need to make sure that your sequences spawn the given amount of segments. And then, like, for example, the first sequence spawns 2 segments. And then the second sequence spawns maybe another 2 segments or something. Maybe if you click settings on the second sequence, it might show us how many. Oh, it spawns 5 segments. So in total, this level 1, will spawn 7 segments.
Okay.
And then it's going to be off to the next one. So if you create a new, if you click add sequence and add 3 more segments, you can or increase the count of the random sequence or something. Then you can add a single segment here and make it the last one.
So if I say end,
you can say end, and then you would.
Do I take custom sequence or not?
No. You just need to drag your prefab. You can drag the one that you created into this
because it was awesome.
Yeah. And now what we can do in order to make it finite, we can first go to the finite to the level generator component, and you see here level iteration. It says ordered. This means that as soon as the level completes, the next level will start generating. If you, however, make it to none, it is going to only generate the first level.
What do the rest of them do? Ordered, clamp, ordered loop, and random.
Ordered clamp will just make the levels. It is going to move to the next level, and as soon as it reaches the last level, it is going to start repeating the last level. Ordered clamp. Ordered loop will loop the levels back. So as soon as level 4 is done, level 1 will start. Random is self-explanatory, and none is not going to. It's not going to do anything. And if you just click ordered, in ordered mode, when level 4 completes, then nothing follows.
Okay. So if I go back to none, it will just stay at level 1.
Yes, it should just stay at level 1 and spawn all those segments in this. So it's going to spawn 2 segments from the first sequence, then 5 segments from the random sequence, and then the end segment.
So this has got 3 here. So this one is ordered, so you'll do the 3 on here. Then this one says random, so you'll do 5. So if I change random to 6,
and then it'll do 6.
And then this one's last, so that means that gives us 10.
Yes.
So now, if I click play.
Oh, and by the way, maybe exit play mode for a second there so that we can save some time. You take a look at the level generator component. It says, first of all, it says maximum segments. This is the maximum segments that can exist. These are 15, that's okay. But then we have generate segments ahead, and it's 5. You can say generate segments ahead and make it to 9. And this is going to make all 10 segments appear at the start of the game. So we won't have to wait for the player to progress through the level in order for forever to generate the next segments.
Okay. And activate segments ahead.
Activating is here we have nothing to activate, but activation is basically it enables the colliders for the levels so that performance is not too sketchy. for segments that are far away from the player. And it also activates some level logic that you might have written. There are these builder classes that you can write, and these builder classes, they automatically get triggered from forever, so that they can execute logic upon the level segment generation or upon activation of the segment.
And this create instance in the path generator?
The create instance is going to create an instance for the path generator instead of using the the path generator from the project as a reference. So you can, just pass a path generator, and you would be sure that nothing is going to, even if you change something in the path generator asset, it's not going to be reflected in the level generator because it's using its own instance, which is basically a copy at the path generator at the time of assigning the path generator.
Oh, and you've got a little magic test mode button. If I tick that, what's going to happen?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
take that,
do
it's
that.
going to let you. Yeah, it's going to let you add segments to this array. So basically, as many, the more you can add as many segments as you like, and it's going to just spawn these segments regardless of what level you are. It is just going to overwrite everything and just spawn the levels in the test mode. This is pretty
Cool.
handy when you want to test out some.
Yeah, you just quickly made a prefab of a segment, and you go, is it any good or not? And you just want to quickly chuck it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. What's your logic on how? Because he was getting faster and faster as we were going through.
Mhm.
So where was that
Yeah.
being set?
Oh yeah, well, this is in the player script. Forever comes along with these components called runners. The runner component is exactly here. You can see the last segment and then nothing. So Forever comes with the runner components, and the runner components are basically components that are made to traverse Forever's path, and they do this automatically. You don't have to do anything. And our player base, this collider player, basically it just looks for collision, things like that, and also what the collider player does is it increases gradually the follow speed of the runner component.
So if I'm just looking close to these ones, beep, beep, beep. So we've got runner script, collider player on the player object,
Mm-hmm.
and this is it. This is what does the magic.
Yeah, if you take out the collider player, it is still going to work, but you would not be able to control the player, and the speed will not increase, and things like that. And it's probably not going to make the camera follow because the collider player is currently also the camera logic for the game, which I know is a bad practice, but I didn't want to write a separate camera controller just for this demo. So we have a collider player that also controls the camera.
Now this is really easy to use. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than this, but even I've worked out how to use it. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then I loaded up this, which I'm just going to click play now.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to. There we go. Ah!
Yeah, this game is really weird.
Oh, I landed on this bit here, and it didn't
Yeah.
like it. Oh dear. How on earth are you getting this to work on a 2D?
Well, 2D is basically 3D in Unity, so Forever doesn't care much. Only thing is that we are generating the path flat. This is really important for 2D runners. You just need to generate a path without depth, and everything else just comes along.
But how are you defining these? All this stuff. I mean,
They're just prefabs. You can check them out in the project. Once again, it's the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing as the game before.
really?
We have 2D prefabs for level segments. This is it. And it just spawns them one after each other. And here it's not using a path generator, actually. This is using something called custom segments. Custom segments are segments that are not actually bent along a path, but they actually have these entry and exit points. And the entry and exit points get stitched together when the generation is happening. And in order to traverse the level, here we don't have path traversal because we have just normal physics movement. But in order, if you want to have path traversal, Forever actually generates automatically a path between this entry and exit point for each segment. And you can also create custom paths within the segment, which would tell the player to traverse this custom path inside the segment, so that you have path traversal working, and the runners can work for custom segments as well.
So is that how you're preventing the start from ever being one of those really thin ones like that? There's no way he would actually start on this really thin bit because
Yeah, it's just not a part of the prefabs. Do not start with them. They just start with a regular platform and then.
I mean, this is evil. This is really evil. It's addictive.
Yeah,
right?
it's not a balanced game.
I can't stop. I can't stop.
Should have made money out of it.
I want to get into the prefab. Oh, no way. I want to get into the prefab order, but I can't stop. So if you could just easily put enemies on here
Yeah.
and stuff, and like coins to collect, and suddenly you've made an endless run of Mario game.
Yes, yes. And by the way, the camera here is actually following the automatic path that it has been generated for the level. So that's how it stays. It's not following the player. I mean, it only follows the player on the x-axis, but the y-axis is actually locked to the level path.
Can you? Oh, how did I just?
Because it's buggy as hell. There's like each platform is made out of these square colliders, a lot of square colliders. So sometimes the character registers collision when it falls on the edge of two colliders. It's not the best way to make a 2D game. It's not any way to make a 2D game, actually. But yeah.
So, are you planning on updating this or?
Well, I would love to have some artists work on actual nicely made assets for these examples at some point in future. But we'll see.
How about changing the logic so that you said about the capsules, so that it's not as buggy as hell. Rather than working on the art, work on the functionality so that you don't die when you land on a rock.
Yeah, well, we haven't had any complaints about that so far, but if this is the first one, well, we'll consider it and put it in our.
I'm here to find you bugs, dude. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. I got another.
Yeah.
We've done it 3 times so far while we're mucking about.
Yeah, you can do it a lot of times.
I love this though. It is lovely. It's addictive. But like you say, you got some bugs in there. Let's have a look to see how is it. So if I go to the Magic Valley folder,
yeah,
in the level chunks.
Yeah, these are just prefabs that are used after we don't use these directly. We have level segments, like in the prefabs folder. We have level segments. World blocks, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not world blocks. Wait a minute. Which one is it? I think it's just the prefabs. Yeah, here they are. Yeah. So these are just prefabs that use nested prefabs, and each level chunk is there. So we just define a level segment like that, and you can see we have an entry and exit point, and these points get stitched together. So the next segment, when generating the next segment, is going to spawn it, and then it's going to align the entry point of the next segment to the exit point of the previous segment, and that's how the level is going to actually connect. And then Forever is going to generate a path between the entry and exit point. It's just going to be a straight line because they're just 2 points, and you can only create a straight line between them. It is going to create a path between these 2 points, so that if you want to traverse the level, you can do this. And otherwise, if you don't want to use this auto-generated path, you can create a custom path for the level.
I'm still confused.
Why so?
I've got here, this is chunk 5.
Mm-hmm.
So You could, so it could be that it just constantly loads. Where's chunk? Chunk 1. No, where was this chunk? Chunk 1.
Yeah.
Chunk 1 and chunk 5 is the same chunk.
Nah, they have different props on top of them.
Are they? Oh, they're just in the same place. Oh yeah.
Okay, not cool. Yeah, this is something we need to fix. Yep. That's not supposed to be like that.
Did I find you a bug?
Yeah, you did.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
That's why I get paid the big bucks, mate. That's why I get paid the big bucks. But where's this one? Where's this single chunk? I mean, you've got.
I don't know. Click it in the scene. Let's see. It's pillar brown.
Pillar brown.
Yeah.
So how does that work? That pillar brown you could get a case where it's just made up of all pillar browns.
Nope. Because it only spawns level segment 4, and it's going to spawn all the segments in this particular configuration. It's just like a prefab. It would spawn the prefab, but it doesn't spawn the objects individually.
Oh, so it's actually spawning this whole lot like this.
Yes. It spawns everything together, every time like this.
But there was that one it came along where it was lots of these ones. It was like 3 of these after one after another.
Yeah, I think if you go upwards, it was the.
No, I can't. That's the thing. It's got 5 segments and I can't see it.
I'm not sure which one. We have one that has more of these.
So what is the world blocks and the level chunks for? Is that just to help, just so you can make your segment prefab?
Yeah. These are just building blocks for them. It's like nested prefabs.
And then if I wanted to, because you're saying it's exactly the same principle as the 3D one.
Yes.
Let's delete that. Boop. They're gone. And level generator.
Yeah.
So here they are. And then I click on this. It's random and it's going to do 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's set to ordered. So when it gets to the end, that's it. It's the end.
Yeah, it's going to stop the level.
Or I could go loop. And then
it's going to restart the level and it's going to go forever. And in order, you're just going to fall off the cliff.
And this is high level. This path. So if we're going to say let's create a new one.
This one is just a placeholder. It doesn't do anything. Whatever path generator you use now is not going to take any effect. Because the segments are not bent right now. They are just spawned and they're just aligned. It does not use a level path right now. It only uses the entry and exit points of each segment.
So if I wanted it to be 2D but go up high like that and then down really low,
you would make the exit point really high, and maybe you can even point it to you can rotate it to point upwards so that the level could take a 90-degree turn or something. But that's how you define the level path with custom segments when they're not bent.
Cool. So I would do 3 levels or something, and even though it's within one level per se on the game, it would have a segment of one segment starts low, middle segment starts high, end segment starts low. So then the player goes and has a journey and it makes it interesting for them. It goes up and then down.
Yeah, you can make that.
That's awesome. But how do we solve this issue where the blocks? Because you've got, if I go to the where did I go? Magic Valley prefabs. If I drag this one back in and we zoom in, and you've got the little squares.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you? Because it's this. Hang on, where were we? What did I just do? Here we go. Level segment, chunk 1, and I open up chunk 1 and this bit.
Yeah, each one has a collider. Ideally, they would not have a collider, and you can just make. Yes, exactly.
Would that break the endless one?
No.
can I be stupid and ask why doesn't the demo just do that?
Because I didn't want to do additional colliders for each segment. We just wanted to, have individual chunks and construct the chunks. I wanted to have some sort of building blocks for new players, because a lot of people who are using this plugin are actually people who are not really familiar with Unity. They just want to create an endless runner game quickly and
Okay.
easily.
Click-
So we just
Click the magic, make my game button, flip it, and make some
yeah
money.
yeah it is a stupid approach, but it's just like it would allow them to build their own level with this asset. By the way, these assets are not ours. We got them from which was that, opengameart.org. You know that site?
No.
It's actually an awesome. It's
Is it
full
good?
of open game art. There are free assets that you can use in projects, and a lot of them can actually be used for commercial purposes as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Good plug there out for those people. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I think we should have. I think we have credits for the author in the Magic Valley folder. If we
Brilliant.
don't, we should put them.
Yeah. Where was the first one? Here it is. So I've now changed this. There you go. Goes away. So that, if I wanted, basically by doing this, I've kind of eliminated that little bug that we were just talking about. So now the bug's solved. And when he was jumping and I landed at this part here, is there a way of saying it's okay if I land here that he won't die, but if he lands down here he would die?
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to do that. Just the collision detection right now for the game is done in a really super simple manner. I think it's. I mean, if you open the player controller, you can see what it's about. But basically, it's a super simple collision detection which detects. Oh yeah, did we hit something, or did we actually land on solid ground? I think it gets the normal of the surface you collided it, and if the normal is not pointing upwards, then bye-bye. Something like that.
Phantom Beard's asking, why not use Composite Collider 2D?
Yeah, well, because we just wanted to make individual blocks have colliders for new customers to be able to build different shapes. But yeah, it's not a super good technical foundation for a game if you're willing to use these assets.
I've never made a 2D game in Unity, and
Me neither.
I've never played about even. I mean, even like this is the most I've ever done with a 2D project in Unity in all the years I've been using it. Can you believe that? What we're doing now is the most I've ever done with 2D inside Unity.
I've done some hyper casual games in 2D, but other than that, nothing.
I've got a feeling I'm just going to be sitting here after the stream, just playing this one demo non-stop. And I know that now I setting it to loop, it's just going to be looping back, and there's no reward at the end of it. But I'll be like, no, I need to be able to not fall down.
It gets faster though, so
Really?
yeah.
I can't even do it now at this speed. How am I going to do it and it gets faster?
Well, it constantly gets faster, so.
Oh, that was going crazy. A retro wave. What's retro wave?
Oh yeah, this is my favorite one.
I'll make it full screen?
Yeah, so this is a demonstration of how you can use a more free approach, a physics-driven player along a generated level. So you don't need to be confined to a level path. You can, we have this hover car. It is somewhat constrained to the path in terms of rotation. The car always tries to rotate along the level path. So we've actually modeled some basic terrains. And yeah.
Where?
Collecting these green things does not give you anything. They're just there for collection.
It's a tree.
Yeah, and if you flip upside down, then you're fucked. So the game is going to restart.
Stream?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get taken down by Twitch. Oh, I'm upside down. I'm upside down. Where am I?
Oh, you're outside of bounds now. I think no. Now you need to restart. Yeah.
Ah.
There
Did I make it? Did I break it?
we go.
Am I that bad a player that I managed to break it?
Nah, it's not a very balanced game at all. None of these is. Maybe the math game is the most balanced.
Oh,
Bam.
so how you get it? What is this? Is it looking for raycasting to the ground? How is it floating?
Nah, yeah. And it's using physics at force and raycasting. Super simple solution for that. And in terms of rotation, because if you pause the game and go in the scene, you will see that the level actually makes turns and goes sideways. The car is actually oriented towards the level because it always projects itself along the level. And so it knows at any given moment, based on its position, how it should orient to face the direction of the level. And this level becomes really, really, really steep. Whoa.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's probably no restriction on the
Wow.
level generator
As soon
path.
as I hit this, oh, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Down. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's try and see.
See if I can survive that long. I know you told me that getting these green things done doesn't actually do anything, but I'm still like, no, I want to get them.
Yeah, you want to get them, of course.
Look, I'm choosing a path. You told me there was no junctions. Yes, there is. Where's my car gone? There it is. Oh, okay. Check out the assets from Salty Sea Duck.
Sorry?
Oh, the robot is. Oh, oh, oh no!
No, you're
No, no,
No.
I'm going backwards. I didn't even make it. I didn't make it. No. But I can just cheat now, can't I?
Yeah, I guess you can position the car.
If I
Gotta make it face the opposite direction though.
if I just put that there, just gonna grab you. Where's my car? Oh, hang on. that
What?
didn't work.
What are you doing?
I was just trying to cheat really badly. Just like
If you want to get it back, you can just press Control Shift F and it's going to just teleport the car to the camera's position.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I need to turn him around. Is he going the right way now?
Yeah, you can just look at the right position. Yeah, it's in the right. Yeah, it's in the right direction right now.
Okay, let's do this. So we can make our SSX tricky.
Yes.
What's SSX tricky?
SSX Tricky is a snowboarding game, I believe. And yeah, you can definitely do that. You can make a snowboarding game with it.
Oh, ah!
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm going wrong way again. So what did you say? Do Shift F.
Control Shift F in the scene, and it's going to put the currently selected object, in the camera's position.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
All
this
the-
is a lifesaver.
All these years.
Yeah, I
I'm supposed to
know.
rotate the wrong way.
Yeah.
Thought Messy Works would know about. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know anything. You know me. I don't know anything.
Now, this is one of the most useful things in Unity.
Oh,
Aside from that progress bar they added this one time when Unity was super slow. That was so funny. Unity was having problems with collab. It was super, super, super freakishly slow. And I've seen people on the forum complain about that. And somebody from the Unity team said, no worries, this has been fixed in the next version. We have added a progress bar so you can look how slow it is.
The fix was
They didn't make it faster. Yeah, they didn't make it faster. They just put a progress bar. I was like, yeah, had a big laugh there.
Why? Oh, you go. Look, flip to myself. Oh my god. Ah. Still going backwards. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Whee.
None of these games have been, we haven't spent time making these games.
Well, they're just demos, they're not games, though, are they? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, they're not games.
So don't feel bad that your demo isn't a complete game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that, and it's so easy to use as well. Right, let's play about with your splines. So that was not using anything to do with the Dreamteck Splines. That was just the endless. By the way, put an exclamation mark runner in chat, please. While I have another sip of my special drink, and I go into the examples folder of splines. Which, can somebody give me an exclamation mark splines in chat? Because this is on a 50% sale on the Unity spring sale at the moment, isn't it? Which is a fantastic opportunity for you to be picking
it's a good
up
deal.
So if I go first to audio visualization, really?
Yeah, that's something I'm very fond of. I like, before we started making Dreamteck Splines, we were working on an audio-driven game where you could load your own music, like Audio Surf. But instead of, writing this predefined way, we had a full 360 flight with a spaceship, and the spaceships were shooting with the music you picked.
No.
Yeah.
Like Beat Saber.
It was actually different. Yeah, it was different than Beat Saber and Audio Surf and all these music-driven games. But the gameplay was not really okay. I mean, it wasn't really fun.
What on earth am I watching?
Oh, you're just watching just some mesh being generated to reflect the waveform of the music playing.
Wizard Don't Code
with some really obnoxious...
It's lovely music. He's going, finally made it, show me some cool stuff. Okay, good start. I was going to say, if you wanted some cool stuff, you've come in at the right time. Well, it's all been cool stuff, to be honest, so far. But this is... I did not expect to be looking at this when I woke up this morning.
It's just a simple mesh effect that is... it's a spline that is being controlled by the music. We basically sample the audio waveform using get data from the Unity's audio API, and based on that get data, we offset some spline points, and this is basically how it.
I mean, like you say, you're simple. I'm like, that's genius.
I'm glad you like it.
But I would never have thought of that as a thing. That's brilliant. I love it. Got no idea. My brain can't work out how it would use it, but it looks lovely.
Well, I don't know if you can use it. I'm not sure if it's a functional application in any game.
Oh, what about it's an endless runner, right?
And you run on the...
And you run on the waves.
Oh, that's actually possible. You can make this, yeah. If you put this inside a level segment, it should bend with the segment, and you can make this. Yes, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I like it.
I want that. I want going to do that. I want that. That's mine. Anyone in chat, you can't steal it. I will ban you all in chat right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You should go for it.
You should. What's this one? Following.
This is just a simple demonstration of how you can set up a camera to follow a spline. And with the new version of Dreamteck Splines, there are these custom offset regions which allow for the follower to look at a given direction while following the spline, because otherwise it would just, look along the spline. But now it lets the camera look in a different direction, so it's actually...
So when you say the new version, that's that's going to be a second separate asset, or is it going to be an update to the
No,
existing?
it's the current version actually. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm not used to saying the current version because Dreamteck Splines 2.0 has been out for a couple of months, but I still consider it the new one. Yeah,
So-
like so this for example.
What's it down? Oh, you could. Is a link to download the assets.
Yeah, we contacted the artist and he asked if we could put a link to them, and we're like, yeah, sure.
And you can make any kind. Oh, junctions. Because your demo, you were showing like stars and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but the
Ooh.
scene is currently broken. It's not supposed to be like that.
Which
It's
one?
really weird.
This junction one.
Did you get the latest version from the asset store?
Yeah, this is the latest.
Oh snap! That's not supposed to be like that.
How's it supposed to be?
Yeah, it should work, and now it's not gonna work.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did apply the patch that you sent me. Maybe that broke it.
Oh yeah, this is probably it. Yeah. Okay, let's try something. I'm gonna send you a new patch. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but just for the sake of the video, so that we can show the patch. Probably this is. Let's see this one.
Ooh. Some balls. Okay, cool. Got
Yeah.
it. Download. While everyone sees the balls. Everyone's looking at the balls right now. While you and I are looking at other things. Secret squirrel stuff. Shh. Don't tell people what they're seeing. So if I stop this now and go to assets, import package, custom package, and like magic. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. We are fixing it in real time. You couldn't make this stuff up, even if you tried. Alright, now if I now if does it
Nope.
Nope.
It's still broken for
Nope.
some reason.
Okay. Never mind. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Shh, that didn't happen. Everything's fine. It's just a dream. Shh. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, this is morphing.
It's a star, a heart, and a bunny rabbit.
Yes.
I can't stop staring at it. And something
Yeah,
about
it
me,
is.
so it's going to tell me I'm going to have nightmares as well about bunny rabbits who love me.
It looks like it's gonna hypnotize you, yeah.
Yeah. I honestly can't. I was just staring at it. I can't stop. So where is this defined then? If I go to the spline.
Yeah, this is the morph component here. So you have different morph states, and each morph state has a state of the spline, and it just morphs between them.
So what's this capture snapshot?
Yeah, this is you edit the spline, and when you click the capture snapshot, it captures this current snapshot of the spline. So if you edit the spline and click capture snapshot, it's going to set the morph state to this state of the spline. Click the edit panel.
If I add another one.
Yeah, you can click the edit panel up in the spline computer component, then edit some splines, and then capture snapshot.
What if I add extra balls on it?
It's not gonna let you.
No, so the morph is restricted to the same number of balls.
Yeah.
So you'll just put 2 balls inside one, I suppose, if you wanted to minimize to make it not look like you had so many balls.
Yeah.
And then capture my snapshot. And then I've got my curve. All right. Now.
Oh, and you should drop the slider to the 0 for channel 3. There we go. And now if you press play, it should work.
Ah!
Yeah.
I want to add my face.
You can try.
There's so many things that I want to do after the stream. I'm just gonna be sitting here mucking about with splines and endless runners. And we're like, what do you make? What game are you making with splines and endless runners? Nothing. I just want my face to be constant in an endless runner, morphing into a bunny rabbit.
With some music driven.
With some music driven meshes. Oh look!
Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom for a second.
Well, I hope you're gonna wash your hands afterwards.
Yeah, and before that. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I'll mute you, don't worry. Just in case we hear any flushing. Let's have that muted. Do you remember like the politicians that go to the toilet with the microphone still on? And it was in police story, but it actually did happen. It did actually happen. Some congressman or something in America. I mean, this. Here we go. We're in this. We're in this. Effectively, like you're saying, the update to the Forever Endless Runner to include the blinds from this. My mind is just thinking of all of the things that you could be doing. There's so much stuff that we could be doing with this. And what's this one? Where's my bow? My bows. Actually, you know what? Because we had 2. Let me go back to the big head and click new project. Let's just make a quick new one. I'm going to call this one Splines. I am going to make a new project because there was another demo that was broken as well. So I'm just going to make a new project just with the splines, nothing else. So you mentioned that you're going to be doing like an update to the Endless Runner where it can take the power of the splines tool?
Yes.
So how would that work?
We would implement the spline editor that you see for that you get in Dreamteck Splines. We would implement it for forever. It would enable you to edit custom level paths, like in the way you edit splines in Dreamteck Splines. And also because level segments can have custom level paths inside them.
Yeah.
And this is not part of Dreamteck Splines, this is part of Forever. This is also going to enable you to edit these custom level paths with the tools of Dreamteck Splines.
I love the easiness of editing in the Dreamteck Splines. Bringing that over to the Forever just blows my mind. Merging the two, because I in my head I already envisioned that the two must be related in somehow, as they weren't. Like adding them together is going to be. I'm a little bit shaky thinking about it, to be honest, because I've always wanted to do an endless runner, but you know, I've always been a bit bored of the code behind doing an endless runner. It was like I want to sit there, work out how to do it. It's a lot of effort for what my brain won't really appreciate me learning to do it. I wish there was a nice, easy to use asset that I'll just grab and do it. And honestly, I had no idea about your endless runner, that it was out there until recently. So the fact that you got a splines tool and an endless runner tool, I'm very excited.
Yeah, we want to keep things coherent between our tools. Like, for example, Forever also plays along with Dreamteck Splines. If you have Forever and Dreamteck Splines installed in your project, you can have splines inside your level segments, and they would bend along the segment as well as everything else.
Oh, nice. Who did the Blender? Did you code the Blender one as well in your?
Yeah, and by the way, Blender, I'm thinking of making it free because it's just compared to the rest of our stuff, it's just like a joke, though. It's, I mean, it is handy. We're using it for our game Lifeslide, but
Yeah, I loved it in the like. Do you know what sold me on it? It was the car.
The car? Oh yeah.
That you had. That,
this
you know,
is
that
actually
Ah.
Yeah, you can actually really easily set up sound progression, and yeah, it lets you do it visually.
And that sold me. I'm telling you, and the fact that your video. Let me put on, because it is the best promo video on the assets.
Yeah, it's super cringy. I want to do something different.
Seriously, dude, it is the best promo on the asset store. Let me go to the YouTube page.
I'm glad you like it.
No, I don't like it. I loved it. I really. If it was shit and I've got you on, I'll tell it to your face. You know that. I honestly loved it. Let me put it back on for everyone. Blender.
Yeah.
And thank you for pasting a link to Blender in chat. All right, there is. I will shut up now so everyone can hear my favorite promo ad on the Unity Asset Store.
Hey, fellow developer! Do you often find yourself having to mix and blend sounds in Unity? No?
We cannot hear it though.
Well, now's the time to start! Yeah. Anyway, Blender is here to help you.
You can't hear it on the Discord.
Oh, okay.
But everyone else can hear it. Well, I'm going to put it back to the beginning so we don't talk over it. Shh, don't talk over the video. That's so rude. There's someone talking now. God, disrespect it. Oh man, I can't believe it.
Hey, fellow developer! Do you often find yourself having to mix and blend sounds in Unity? No? Oh. Well, now's the time to start! Anyway, Blender is here to help you and make your life easier. How? By providing a user-friendly interface for creating and editing audio mixes right inside the Unity editor. Use the track editor to create your dream sequence, and our smart audio blender component will create audio sources and control them in runtime for you.
So, can you give me some example uses of Blender?
I'm glad you're asked. Check this out.
That's just a drum loop.
Yeah, but check this out.
Oh, I see. Adaptive music. Cool. What else can I use it for?
Environment sounds.
I love that.
Anything else?
Vehicle sounds.
Video is listening.
Cool.
Just random sounds.
Yeah, I get it. So, is this thing better than Fmod and Wise?
It's good. It's a good plugin, you can trust me. Although you don't know me, and that's not even my real voice. Seriously, I don't even know why I talk like that. It's super weird. Sorry about that, everyone.
I'll show you a video that we made while making
myself.
the Blender environment sounds demo. Let me just find it on our Facebook page. It's
cool.
Super retarded. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this one.
Alright, let me load it and make sure that everyone doesn't see all my. How do I make it big? There you go. So do.
Yeah, that's it. We used to make videos just for fun, but now we're just super busy and don't have time to do
it. Right, back inside. So, let me close it.
I don't know what's wrong with this scene. It's
Right, so
I mean, it works on my machine.
So I'm using 2018.4.21. Although getting this.
Oh, this might be the problem. Oh yeah. We are having if you open the scene folder, we have a README file saying that we currently only support this system for 2019.3 and point 2. Yeah. Unfortunately, because we saved the scene with the latest version of Unity,
Oh,
and now
dear.
backwards compatibility. Yeah, it was.
Oh, that was.
And I lost the original file,
Oh,
which is And I'm going to recreate this scene for earlier versions of Unity, but it just takes time, and I haven't had the opportunity to do so.
I had the exact same problem with my Messi's Ultimate Character Selector, and I decided to recreate everything in 2017, thinking that would be a good idea, and ended up destroying everything. And I was like, okay, that was a waste of my time.
We can make an asset for downgrading scenes.
That would be lovely, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice if Unity actually had that in itself? But no, never mind. I promised that I would be nicer to Unity.
Yeah, I get you.
I think these are. I want to just create a new. I'm gonna go new, right? And I'm gonna put in a spline. So if I go create, how do I do it? Do I go Window, Dreamteck Splines, Tools?
No, game object, create a 3D object, spline computer.
3D object, spline computer.
Yeah. And then you press escape, or you can click the right mouse button, and without releasing it, click the left mouse button. This is also going to add.
And if I want to now branch off from here?
You cannot branch off from this spline, but you can create another spline, and then you can link the other spline to this point, and then create the branch like that.
Oh, can't. So what?
Yeah.
Which one of these do I click?
You need to deselect this object and create a new spline. Then you would, create some new points.
So new spline computer.
Yeah, you would create some new points now. Doesn't matter, maybe 3 or 4 points, not more. Okay, so now you need to create a node, a game object, 3D object, spline node. Yeah. So this, you would drag the first spline in the connections window here. Okay, so now you would select which point you want to connect the node to.
19.
Okay. Then it's going to ask you if you would click yes, and then it's going to ask you if you want to align and snap the node object. You can say yes.
This is the first connection for the node. Would you like to snap or align nodes transform spline to this? Snap and align or snap?
Yeah, you can do snap and align.
Snap.
It's going to snap and align to the spline's direction, which is useful, especially when you're editing busier splines. And then you would do the same for the next spline. So you drag the next spline in the connections, and then you select the point. And now keep in mind that because this is not the first point, the point is going to move towards the node now, like this. And now when you move the node, both splines will be updated. You need to,
Ooh.
And this also works in terms of logic. If you have followers, you can subscribe to each follower. Each spline follower has an event called onNode, so it gets automatically called when the follower passes a node. So if you subscribe to this event, you can get the information about the node, and then you can select a different spline to use and branch off. And this is how the train demo works, and it works pretty well, but it works only on 2019.3.
That's so cool. And now if I want to put a mesh along that, so if I find the train, or was it track?
It's called track. Yeah. Well, what you need to do is you need to add a spline mesh component to one of the splines.
Okay. Spline mesh.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a very big spline, and the mesh is very high poly, so we're definitely gonna stress test the entire system here.
Let's do
it's
this,
going to
baby.
generate. Yeah, let's do it. So in channel 1, in the spline mesh, you need to add the mesh you want. So expand the. No, this time you would click on channel 1 to expand the field.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the add mesh field, you would drag the mesh object. Yeah. Then it's going to ask you if. Oh, well, it didn't ask you if you want to use the mesh material, but you can assign the material from the mesh renderer. Okay, so what's happening right now? You have a single mesh which has a given number of vertices trying to extrude along this huge spline. And because you have a limited number of vertices along the mesh, what you get is this really sketchy looking thing because the mesh is actually low poly and it's trying to get extruded along this entirely huge and detailed spline. So you have several options here. First, you can make the spline smaller, but we're not going to do this. You can increase the count of the meshes from the channel in the top right corner. Or you can click auto count, and auto count is going to take the mesh bounds. Oh, but it's probably too huge to make a. Yeah, you need to probably reduce this count. If the spline and the mesh were smaller and more optimized, you would be able to click auto count, and it's going to get the mesh bounds is going to use the mesh bounds to generate the proper count for this mesh in order to get minimal stretching. Now, one of the reasons you have stretching is because splines work this way. I mean, if you have two points closer to each other and then another one further apart, you would get a stretch mesh between the points that are further apart, and the mesh is going to be squashed between the points that are closer to each other. So this is something that a lot of people are having issues with. Like if you look at that corner, you can already see that the mesh is stretched at some points, and then it's squashed at other.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to fix this, just to illustrate the issue here, you can disable the mesh renderer just for a second so that we can only see the spline. And in the spline computer component, we have a debug panel. Let me see how it's called. I forgot. Editor properties. Okay, so in editor properties, you can click draw thickness. Okay, so draw thickness, if you take a look at the spline from a bigger distance, you will see that these perpendicular lines, these are the samples. The spline has a limited number of samples. You can increase the number of samples by expanding the spline computer panel. And inside this panel, you have spline sample rate. And if you make it 15 or 20 or something, yeah, it's going to increase this sample count. Now, however, if you look at the spline from afar, and take a look at somewhere, go to somewhere where you have both dense points and points that are further apart. Okay, yeah. So see here how points that are closer together generate more densely packed samples, and points that are further apart generate more stretched out samples. Now, in order to fix this, we can use the so-called update mode. Sample mode. Now, the sample mode is, by default, it's set to default, which is the default sample mode for any spline. But we can set it to uniform. And uniform is actually very heavy on performance. Like, for example, if you try to move a point now, it is going to be really slow because the spline is huge. You have a lot of samples going on, and it's going to be very slow. As opposed to if you switch it to default, it's going to be really fast. But uniform basically ensures that you have a lot of that all of the samples are actually on a uniform distance from each other. So This way,
So things
if you
don't look weird.
yes, and if you enable the mesh renderer now, you will see that the mesh is actually generated in a uniform manner. So you don't have this stretching and squashing at all.
That's cool. That is really easy to do. Question: is there a runtime API for this? Or it only works in the editor mode?
Everything you can do in the editor can be done in the API during runtime. It is basically because the editor is using the same API you would use for creating the splines in runtime. It's using the same API, so we are not hiding anything. Nothing is packed in a DLL or everything that is accessible to the editor is accessible to you in runtime. So if you see all these operations, all these tools that we have implemented in the editor, you can make them in runtime. And if you want to make a spline editor, you can basically take a look at the codes that we're using for the spline editors for the Unity editor, and you can just copy paste it with some minor changes. It would work in runtime.
Cool. How do I add a camera to run along this? Well, before we do that, Dark Dungeon Studio says, "Good night, everyone. It's 1 a.m. here." Oh, good night, buddy.
Oh yeah. Good night.
It is good.
So to add a camera, well, you already have a camera. You have the main camera object.
Yep.
You would add a spline follower component to the main camera.
Spline follower.
Yeah, and you would link the spline that you want to follow. Okay, so immediately you can see that the camera. My voice is dying on me. The camera, got positioned along the spline. But the problem is that right now you can see that the camera is inside the rails.
Yeah.
Because it is exactly along the spline. And in order to fix this, we have this motion foldout down in the downer part of the. Yeah.
I was trying to find.
And
it.
you have offsets.
You must have an offset somewhere. I was thinking.
Yeah.
So how do I do
and,
the speed?
Yeah, the speed is you have follow speed.
Follow speed. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I go 10.
Sure.
Preserve uniform
And you can
speed.
also click. This is a new feature from the version that got released today. Because previously, if you had an offset defined in the motion that is different than 0. You would get different speed because basically if you have offsetted your follower and you're taking a turn, for example, at some point you might make your follower would move less or more because of the turn. But now we have this addition to the API which lets us traverse the spline with added offset, and this is going to preserve the speed of the follower even if you have offset.
So just click play, and it kicked me back out straight away. Oh, no,
that's how Unity is.
We've made a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, and we do have now with the latest version of Dreamteck Splines, we also have a roller coaster scene where we are using a spline follower component with additional logic that makes it actually go up and down and increase speed based on the slope. And also triggers sounds, so it's actually pretty immersive. You can check it out later. And
is that in this version that I've downloaded?
Yeah, it's in the example folder.
Oh, I'm doing that now. You've sold me.
Yeah, roller coaster.
Roller coaster. Don't save.
Yeah. There we go. My favorite thing is the sound.
Oh, yeah, it speeds up. Whoa! I'm gonna wet my feet. You need to put effects of people screaming.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Could you use Blender with this?
Yes. I would normally use Blender with this. It's just that Dreamteck Splines doesn't ship with Blender. Otherwise, it's super easy to use.
In chat, we're already willing to make a roller coaster tycoon in VR.
Oh, that would be nice.
This coaster would work well with Cinti assets. The Cinti Studios roller coaster tycoon.
Yeah.
Roland, let's do it. Alright, after the stream, let's start working on it. With dinosaurs. Jurassic Park roller coaster tycoon. Oh man, I feel dizzy.
Yeah. It's a wild ride.
And there's an endless loop on the imagination.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh, I feel dizzy. Oh, yes, stop it. Oh, this is, oh my word. Oh, I'm having to close my eyes. That is very immersive. I can't imagine that in VR. I love it. Freshmeat's like, what the fudge? It was my idea, and I get left out. Last time I share, right? Freshmeat, you can be in it too. You can be president, Freshmeat. You're president of the roller coaster tycoon society. Okay, does that make you?
You can be the tycoon.
Exactly. You can be the tycoon. That was amazing. The room is still spinning. It was that immersive for me. Oh
Nice.
my word. Oh wow. Mate, you've given some gifts as well, which is amazing. You've given some gifts for the family, for the community. Not only have you given a voucher for your splines, but not only have you given a voucher for the Forever Endless one, which is also on a 50% off. If anyone was wondering, both of them are on a 50% off at the moment. Not just one, both of them on 50% off. But also, you've given a voucher from now my favorite asset on the entire asset store, Blender. This is, just from the video itself, it brings me joy just to look at this page on the asset store. It really does. And somebody's gonna be a lucky winner of Blender. So let's start a raffle. You have to be a follower. So make sure you're following in chat, please. Make sure you're a follower in chat. And there we go. So we're going to say Blender. I love it when somebody was like, Blender is the wife of Blender.
Blender, yeah, I saw that.
So exclamation mark raffle to join in chat, please. Exclamation mark raffle. That is get yourselves your Blender. It is there's so many cool things that you could be doing with this. I know there's going to give it. You want to give it away for free. I don't understand why.
Because it's hard to support that many plugins, and I don't know. We just haven't seen that much interest in from people in this one.
Really?
Like,
All of the reviews you got a 5-star.
Yeah, but in terms of we don't make almost any sales from it, and why not make it free and let everybody use it?
If you make it free, you're still gonna have this. You're gonna have more support. People are gonna be like, "Oh, 2 stars. He didn't support me on a free asset."
Yeah, this is probably something. Yeah.
So
you do have a point
for that. Just be warned.
Yeah.
It's generous though. It is very sweet of you. Exclamation mark raffle in chat. So what else is on the horizon then? You've got your game. It's out there on the Apple Android store already. Does that mean that it's now finished? There's a line drawn under it. The game's done.
No, actually, it's very far from done. It's we are still in development. We need to develop multiplayer for it, and a couple more stuff. We have more levels that we need to add. Right now, we're following the timeline of life as portrayed in Lifeslide, but there are more levels left. We have about 6 or 8 levels that we need to finish, and afterwards we would go on PC and Switch. I think Switch is
Switch
a platform that is yes. My dream is actually to go on Switch because I think this game belongs there. This game just belongs on the Switch console. And this is what I'm most excited about. I don't think this is going to happen this year. I don't even know how to approach Nintendo at this point. I don't know any publishers. We've asked a couple of publishers, and they said that one of them said that this game looks like super minimal, and they would need more in order to publish it. A lot of people said that this game does not correspond to their portfolio, whatever that means. It's probably I don't know why this is some. It's actually a very common response from publishers
Really?
we get. I don't know if anybody else has this experience, but in our experience, a lot of publishers said this looks great, but it's not. It's what wording did they use exactly? Yeah, they said it doesn't fit their portfolio.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they say it doesn't fit their portfolio. It might be just like they're not interested in the game, or they don't find it good looking, or I don't know, whatever. It could be that, and they're just like trying to be sweet and trying to sugarcoat it. Might be, but yeah, we've got several responses from publishers that saying that it doesn't fit their portfolio. But that's okay, because we're currently focused on Apple Arcade, and I'm super determined to make this game work for Apple Arcade. We've had a hard time there, actually.
Really?
Because we've had a very hard time there, because the game was initially meant for PC, and it was a challenge.
You mean a hard time converting it to not a hard time?
Yes.
Well, let me
Yes.
just announce the winner of Blender, and then we're going to start.
Yes, let's go.
Jikwerky! You're a winner, first time winner, Jikwerky. Make sure that you've linked your Discord and your Twitch accounts, and pop over to Discord and send me a direct message and say, I'm a winner of Blender. And I'm going to just start.
Congrats, man.
Congratulations. Well done. First time winner. So it always gives me pleasure to see new first time winners coming in. So congratulations. Jikwerky. And now, Dreamteck Splines, which is possibly the easiest to use splines tool I have seen in a very long time. Exclamation mark raffle in chat. So converting the game from PC to app. I mean, is it because the Apple Arcade? Is that just for mobile and tablets, or is it also for Mac OS desktop PCs?
It is for all Apple devices, but iOS is the main thing. I mean, by far, it is the most played device, most used device. Almost nobody's playing the game on Mac right now, and a few people are playing on Apple TV, which is something really weird because
Apple TV is still a thing, is it?
Yes, and it caps the frame rate 25 frames per second.
No,
I'm pretty sure that this device can do better, but it just caps the frame at 25 frames per second, and this is for all games there. And I don't know how this works, but it's driving me nuts. Otherwise, it's actually it's a really pleasant device to play it on. You have the serial mode, which it's not that good of a controller, but the idea of the Apple TV is that you connect a gamepad to it, and then it's great. And I think everybody's playing with gamepads there. I mean, the game does not prompt people to switch to gamepads, but from what I've seen from the reviews, everyone is playing with gamepads. I don't think people are playing with the serial remote. Might be wrong though, but yeah, that's just why. That's what I.
What was hit me really hard is when you said that you've been developing this for 5 years. And
4 years, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years. And
it'll be
there
5
was
soon.
Two of you originally, and now there's 10 of you in the team.
Yeah.
But before the Apple Arcade, you were close to having to pause and stop the game entirely.
Yes. Well, I never actually got a real job. I'm saying this like I'm old. I'm 26, but I've never had a real job. I mean, in terms of get somewhere where I get paid for my work. I've always done freelance. I've always done my thing, but never gotten actual job in my life. And so after I finished school, we were working on different projects that we want to make money with. We were just high school students, just graduated, and I'm glad we didn't finish any of these projects because they were horrendous. But yeah, regardless of that, we had these big dreams. It was 2012. Indie game market was not that saturated at that moment. Yeah, things were looking good. We were like, yeah, we would make this game, and we will debut with it, and yeah, everything's gonna line up. But it, of course, it didn't. So at some point, we had to start working for clients. So we started making these stupid mobile games where you, for example, here's a scenario of a mobile game that we made, like thousands of copies of. You have a city. It's an open map city, and you have a car. And you drive that car in the city. That's it. And every 1 minute you get a ad pop up on screen. So yeah, things like that. And it wasn't really pleasant to make. It was actually really mind numbing to make and to play. But it was what paid the bills. So we started working for clients and made games like that. Eventually we started scoring better projects, better paid, and more interesting projects. But all the projects we did were just some small games, nothing too big and too wow. And we didn't. We're not including them in our portfolio because they're, it was a long time ago. But this was taking up all of our time. Working for clients, you don't have any time to work on your own projects. So back then we had to freeze the games that we were making, namely this music-driven one. And after we froze it, we continued working on projects for clients. And at some point, I really wanted to do something about some passive income, and this is where we released Dreamteck Splines. I kind of finished this version 1 in several months, and I released it in 2016. So I wasn't really sure how things are gonna go with Dreamteck Splines. I had my hopes high, and soon enough, actually, it started working. People started buying it. People started talking about it, which was actually really awesome.
There's 152 user ratings on the asset store. And just before we do that, let's announce the winner, who's going to be one of these people who's going to rate it. Don't forget, if you do win an asset, like the winner G Quirky of Blender, please do check it out and then leave a review on the asset store. Please do.
Thank you.
And the winner is Distant Temples. It's that time of the week when Distant Temples wins another asset. Well done, Distant Temples. Distant Temples has now won 5,232 assets on the Mexico raffles. Well done, Distant Temples. You are a winner of Splines. Please speak up so we know you are not a robot, because we believe after all these years you are actually a robot or in the toilet having a wee. One of the two. We're not too sure. So
click a checkbox or something.
Exactly. Click the invisible checkbox. If you can't find it, then I'm sorry, you don't win, and the prize goes to Yolan. The asset has 152 user ratings and 104 user reviews. All right. So 152, and you do have some 1 stars. I'm going to click the 1 stars. Update after still has very bad at runtime. It supports Unity 2019.3. Hang on. It's giving you 1 star for supporting 2019.3. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, some reviews I just don't get.
Many errors within the editor. And what was your reply? Hello, before rushing to write misleading review, make sure to read our manual or write to our support. We haven't received any inquiry from you so far. We provide error fixes within a day and try to respond as quick as possible. For the information in review, we are sorry, but this is simply not true. Our API provides methods for transversing splines based on distance in world units such as spline computer, travel, or the spline follower, .move. Moreover, the spline editor works by calling the same API methods available during runtime, so if something is possible in the editor, it is absolutely achievable during runtime too. Modifying splines in runtime is also possible using the spline-computer.setPoints.
Yeah, that was just the information in this review was just way off. Other reviews I can agree with, but this one is.
That's a very polite response as well.
Well, it's important to be polite, even to people who are. We've actually had people rate us 1 star, and then after a polite response and a speedy response in the support, people go 180 and then they give us 5 stars and they're super happy. And yeah, people do appreciate it and I do understand the frustration of these people because they spent money on this asset and then they would get something that doesn't work seemingly, even if it's totally their bad. From their point of view, it would seem that they spent money on something that doesn't work.
Do you want to tell you a secret? The best customers are the customers who are unhappy customers.
Absolutely.
That you've then resolved their issue. Those are the ones who are the champions and the ones who speak the loudest. The customers who never had a problem and were happy from the start never actually tell anyone that they're happy because they're just happy. They go on with the work and they keep their mouth shut. It's always ones who were like struggled a little bit and then were like, oh, this is great.
This is why the next version of Dreamteck Splines will come with some critical issues, so we can fix them for people.
It's genius. It's genius. That's the Bulgarian way. Do you know the other thing I love about the Bulgarians and Serbians?
What is it?
Like you just steal other people's languages and pretend they're yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, because they're like merci. People say merci to each other.
Oh yeah.
They're like, that's not your language. That's French. You can't pretend that that's yours.
English does that too.
Yeah, but English are allowed to because they go around stealing everything. By definition.
Okay. We have a lot of Bulgarian. So a lot of Bulgarian patriots think that Bulgarian is so great in terms of language, and it's really not. Bulgarian is actually a really limited language. Like English has a lot more words English has 10 different words for 10 types of different fences. We only have one word for a fence, and this is ograda, and this is it. And we would say different types of fence. We would just metal fence, wooden fence, etc. But anyways, English has so many words, and Bulgarian is just limited. It is limited. They are just basically there exist objects which we don't have naming for them. So we need to steal words. Otherwise, we don't know how to call them. We need to go by description, and this is just not practical.
I also love the example you gave. Obviously means that at some point you were making a game or working on a project with fences, and you're trying to describe it to your colleagues about the type of fence, and you're talking in Bulgarian, and you're like fence, and he's like, okay, the fence, but that's not a fence. That's a fence. What do you mean that's not a fence? That's clearly a fence. No, I meant the fence type of fence. That is a fence.
Yes.
No, fence. I did a fence. No, fence. Oh man, what are you talking about? It's a fence. Hang on a minute. Let's talk English. All right, let's talk English.
Yeah.
and then suddenly you've got 50 different words for fence, whereas in Bulgarian you just kept saying the word fence over and over. So stop saying fence to me. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, well, thankfully we do have adjectives in Bulgaria, so we can combine this with the word fence in order to express different types of fences. But yeah, it's still it's a little bit clunky, and I do appreciate that English, for example, is very diverse and it's a very rich language.
We've stolen German. We've got, and you know the background between the English language, right? You've got the commoners who spoke German, and you've got the posh people who speak French. And that's why a lot of our common slang, our gutter language, is made up of German words. And when we try to sound posh and use fancy words, they come from French. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's where we are cultural parasites, the Brits, and we're proud of it. Especially yesterday was St George's Day, who is St George, a Turkish saint who is the patron saint of England, and is what is used to symbolise British pride. Like, I'm proud to be English. I'm proud to be English. I am. Yep. St George, good old Turkish English bloke he was, killing fake dragons. It happened to be just lizards in someone's garden. But no, we are. And I think it's everywhere in Europe because of the transient state of us as human beings, that we just travel from one place to another. Our cultures merge,
stuff.
and it's all about unity as well. Like, Unity 3D. Unity is that what is good we share. Sometimes we share what is bad, but many times we share what is good, and then it becomes part of many different cultures. And that's why, like, sometimes the same word, you would find it in 10 different countries, in 10 different languages, without even realizing it, which is beautiful. And Distant Temples would like to thank the Academy for his award, and now we've got a copy of Forever Endless Runner Engine, which is normally $50, but at the moment it is $25 on the Unity Asset Store. So if somebody can please give me an exclamation mark forever in chat, because it will forever be in my heart. I love the fact that you got the 2D as well in there. That really shocked me. I was not expecting that. And if I load back up the Endless Runner,
I was not expecting that either.
you weren't expecting that you made it in 2D. You forgot that you did it.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah.
Like, did we make that? Did somebody else make that?
Well, I do happen to forget sometimes, and yeah, I'm like,
well, you're old.
Did
you're
we have that
26.
feature? How was that? Yeah, I'm 26. I'm a very forgetful person, by the way. So.
Really? Make sure you don't forget
Yeah, I've always
all
been.
your money.
I do forget about that. I have
dangerous.
friends that I forget about. Yeah, it is. It's dangerous, but then if you need money, then you know that you're always forgetting somebody who's owning your money, so you just have to remember it with that. So that's okay.
I'll come knocking on your door then. So exclamation mark raffle in chat. Now this is, and I was saying to Rico that this is actually something that I was already planning on making, because my kids are getting bored of their maths games. So I was like drawing on pieces of papers different types of maths games that I can make to keep their kids interested. And this is actually something I was thinking of. So I was like, I'm so glad, but I also hate you that you made this, because it means that it's already out there. And you were like, well, we actually just nicked this from somebody else.
Yeah, I just saw it from another guy.
And my wife was like, how can you not know the answers to these questions? Like, I don't know. What's the answer? What's the answer? I can do 24 plus 5.
Yeah, I'm actually bad at math, so this game is actually getting the best of me most of the time.
11 times 1. Oh, I think it might be 11. 19 minus 1. 4 times 5. I can do 4 times 5. Oh,
nice
faster.
one.
It's getting, oh no, it's getting faster. 12 times 8. I'm going to go with that one, 96. 11 times 4. Oh, I know this one is 44. And 13, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, you give me the answer. Do the right answer. Do the right answer, man. Where is it coming up with the numbers for this? How's it doing the maths?
Random. It's random. It picks a random number on both sides and a random symbol. This is it.
But how does it come up with the choices?
I don't remember. I have to take a look. It's after it picks the random numbers for the equation, it calculates the equation and then puts a number there. And it might be just using Unity's random function. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know.
So it goes random number, random thing in the middle. Give me the answer and then give me 2 random things.
Yeah.
So is it using pooling, or is it just how's it?
No. This is the problem with Forever. It cannot use pooling because it bends the segments and basically destroys the information in them. So you
Uh-huh.
cannot just reuse assets. This is one of the problems. And by the way, we're currently looking into methods for improving the performance of generation. I mean, you shouldn't have any problems when you make simple endless runners, but if you make a big project like Lifeslide, our level segments are huge. I mean, they're really, really huge. They consist of hundreds of objects in each level
Oh,
segment.
I don't suppose you can share your
And
screen to just show us just how complex it can get.
yeah, I can just do that. Let me just open our project and I can show you.
And while you
But
do
for
that,
some
we're just going to
reason,
pick a winner.
yeah.
Who wins? Lead game designer. How you been, pal? Congratulations. Hit me up on Discord. Well done. You've now got one of my favorite assets as well. Yes. I really am like, I feel a little bit like the Bruce Forsyth, where they go, "You're my favorite. You're my favorite." No, this week you're my favorite. Well, these are great. These are wonderful assets. These are, and how easy they are to use, shockingly easy, as well. So simple. And if you haven't won, don't worry. They're 50% off on the Unity sale until the 28th of April, and you do have your 10% voucher coupon as well. So effectively, if you got both of them in your cart, you'll be getting 60% off of them, not 50% off if you used your 10% voucher. So that's even better. That's even more reason why to buy it while it's on sale. 60% off, it's a bargain. And if you use my affiliate codes, I get my 5%. That makes everyone happy and everyone is laughing. Going down to the bank, cashing that in, kids eating and all that stuff. Cool. So tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, my Unity is twitching. Let me just. Okay, I think I can share my screen now. Yeah, we should be seeing it.
Let me pop it out. I think it came out worse than it meant to come out. So pop out, make it big, and oh, you've got a wide monitor, haven't you?
Yeah, 21 by 9. It's awesome.
Wow. 21 by 9.
Yeah, but it breaks most of the games, even the modern ones.
Do you feel like you're overcompensating for something?
Might be. But yeah, it's actually I didn't expect to like this monitor so much, but this is it. I don't need anything else. Even if I have a second monitor, but even if I didn't have a second monitor, it's okay. Working on a 21 by 9 for me is awesome. Just make sure not to get these curved ones because the curved ones are just hell to work. They're probably good for gaming, but if you want to design stuff, it's a little bit of a nightmare. So, anyways, enough about the monitor rants. So you should be able to see this. So this is one of our scenes in the game. It's our story scene where see the game HUD, etc. So here in story session, this is the main object. You can see that we have Forever, which is the level generator, and the levels here in the game are defined like this. And each level is actually defined in a separate scene. This is supported by Forever, so that
wow.
they don't
Okay,
get
that is cool. So you can just break it down by multiple scenes to make it easier to manage.
Yes.
Oh, that is awesome. I had no idea. I'm glad you showed us that because I did not know
Yeah,
that.
you can do that. And so we have this. We have Forever setup, and this is going to generate the segments. And we have this Lifeslide test utility, which I'm going to use some upgrades for the plane. And we should be good to go. If I press play, it's going.
Very excited.
Okay, so if I stop it, I'll take a look. It's just huge. It has so many objects.
And what performance are you getting with that? Or what's your FPS?
Pretty stable. 30 FPS on mobile, 90 to 120 on PC.
Could you do this in VR? Could you do endless VR runner?
Yes, yes.
Has anyone? Do you know of anyone who's done it with your Forever?
Not yet. I don't know, but we can definitely do. We can definitely do that. Yeah.
Cool. Yolan, get yourself on the Asset Store and pick it up now while you can, 50% off. I know you said you've done your shop till the end of the month already, but you can go an extra $25. The wife will understand, mate, because you need to do a VR endless runner. You really do. That'd be awesome. This is how about say you've got how many scenes? Because when you showed us that the level editor, each one of those was a separate scene that you had on the left, on the right hand side in the levels. Hello? Hello? I've lost you. I think I've lost you. Hello? Ooh. Hello? Oh no, his power went out. No! 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 Bulgaria might have the best internet in the world, but their power grid is powered by 2 hamsters on a wheel. And now, instead of running around on a wheel, the hamsters are on the ground, shagging. Thus, the power has gone out. No! Well, I think it's nearly 1 o'clock UK time. 2 o'clock. Let me find a charger now on the phone to finish. Dude, he's going to try and find himself a charger. So, what? Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. It's like Ulysses. Ulysses, soaring through all the galaxies in search of Earth, flying into our... Well, I can't remember the next bit. Was he flying into our eyes? Flying into our... I don't think it was flying into our eyes. Electricity from a potato. Ulysses. And do you know what? I'm going to find you something to make up for it. Soaring through all the galaxies. Where was it? I think it was... Who was I chatting to the other day? Who was I chatting to the other day about Ulysses? Chatting... Nostalgia! I can't remember who I was. I was chatting to someone about you. They were like, oh, I saw this and I was thinking of you. It was somebody sexy. It was somebody sexy. Oh, wait, hang on. Was it Chris? Might have been. Let's have a look. Do 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 do. Does anyone in chat? Who else? Hands up in chat who remembers Ulysses on the TV? Greatest TV show. Also, Legend, was it the Mysterious Cities of Gold? Do you remember the Mysterious Cities of Gold? Mysterious Cities of Gold was awesome. That was also a fantastic show. Hands up in chat who remembers the Mysterious Cities of Gold. Ulysses, you dare defy the gods? I punish you to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades. Your companions will stay as lifeless as stone. No! You're not my father. That's impossible. I think there was a. Where is it? There were some guys that. Where are they? There were some Mexican guys that did it. Oh my god. Okay, this is going to be painful for you all to hear.
The Schofield and Gopher singing party are about to strike again. Don't go away, here's Ulysses.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus. But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a terrible revenge.
So I don't know what happened. This
Mortals,
hasn't happened
you
before.
defy the gods!
But
I sentence you to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades.
well, yeah,
Your bodies will stay
the
in
lights
light.
on the streets are working, but not here in my block. I don't know what's happened. By the way,
Yeah.
this is the first time this is happening since I lived here. So yeah, that's a bummer. I mean,
Wow.
it could have been any other night, but yeah.
Well, you know I have a reputation for finding bugs, and I've managed to find
yeah.
a bug in your electricity. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's how powerful we are. It's amazing.
Truly.
Thank you for finding a USB or whatever to power block to get yourself back
Yeah.
in.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Mate, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the presents.
You're welcome,
Congratulations
guys.
to all the winners. And remember, if you have one, check them out, play with them, and do leave a comment on the Unity Asset Store. Believe it or not, a rating and a comment goes a massive way in helping asset publishers get their assets seen and visible on the Unity Asset Store. So if you like
Absolutely.
something, tell people you like it. Share the love, because it's sharing is caring, as my children tell me. Mate, I wish you
That's
the
a nice
best of
thing.
luck with the Apple Arcade, and really hope you get a publisher to help you get on the Nintendo Switch, because it really deserves to be there. Yeah, the ones who've turned it down, just remember that the Beatles got turned down, Queen got turned down, and we all know how they turned out. So just keep on persevering.
Thank you. These are awesome, kind words. It's been a blast talking to you, and thank you so much for having me. It's I already told you this, but I'm gonna tell it in on the stream. I think your initiative is just amazing. I don't think that anybody else has done this before, but you have gathered an amazing community of asset creators, which has potential awesome power. And
Thank you.
this is really, really great. I know it takes a lot of determination and a lot of effort and work. You know, you're staying late just to do this for us and for everybody. And this is really awesome. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you, man. It's really touching. Thank you so much. And yeah, make the most of the Discord. You're in the super secret section. Shh! Don't tell anyone about the super secret section.
Yes.
You're in the super secret section. We've actually got around 100 asset store publishers on the messy code of Discord. Give me an exclamation mark Discord in chat. And believe it or not, 9 times out of 10, these are ones that people that we've reached out to and invited, and we get a lot of people actually popping in and saying, "Can I join your Discord?" And we actually had a conversation in the chat about, especially sometimes you get dodgy people selling, like we saw today. Let me show you something. If not sure if you can see, or maybe you could just hear, but there's those who I'm going to do a shameless plug for a very bad asset right now, and this is why one of the reasons why I'm so proud of the community, because it's kind of like a curated list of publishers that I've reached out to, spoken to, so I know they're human beings, and there's even like people I've given mediocre reviews to have like come onto the Discord and said, "Thank you for your feedback. It was really helpful, and I was able to make changes and improve it based on your feedback. And they've stayed in the Discord and become very active, and which is amazing. It's like that's the kind of reaction that you'd hope to get. Not the reaction sometimes we get, which is "F you, you don't know what you're talking about. You are completely wrong," which is also a reaction we get sometimes when giving a review. But one of this asset called Viking Male Character, Advance Your App, who made it, they've taken a scanned photo of the actor from the TV show Vikings and made him into an asset that you can buy on the asset store.
Yeah.
And if you visit their website, it's $15 on the Unity Asset Store. And if you visit their website, you can actually buy the same asset from their website. Guess how much it's going to be? Nico, guess how much?
Let's see. It's not gonna be less. It's not gonna be less. They're probably charging like, I don't know. I'd say 15 again.
All right, it's $15 on the Unity Asset Store.
15, yeah.
So you're going with 15 on their own website.
Yeah.
All right, $100.
No way.
Yeah, $100.
$100 for that. Okay. Let that sink in. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can imagine. Well, if somebody buys it, then good for them. Good for them, and they made it.
If somebody does buy it, please be aware you will likely get sued by the actor himself because he hasn't actually given his likeness. But this is why this is very. I'm so touched that you were saying that about the community, because that's another thing. Like the community is made up of people that we know, we've curated, we've spoken to them, and honestly, it's a level of trust and in that. So also, it's completely unbiased. There is no direct affiliation with anyone who's been invited on the Discord, and we interview. I've had Adam on the chat, we obviously from Procedural Worlds, and I love his work, but at no point would I ever turn around and say his work is flawless and he's can be forgiven for every single thing. Same with Cinti. Like, we bring Cinti on, and do you know how many messages I get after a Cinti interview by people telling me off? I get a lot of messages of people saying, "Why are you so mean to them? They are amazing. Stop being rude to Cinti. Do you know they've taken their time out to come and talk to you? You should be thankful, not rude to them." Like, I just found some bugs. That's all. I wasn't being rude. They just forgot to put a collider in the right place, But
if you're being real,
exactly. So we found a couple of bugs today with your stuff, and we also,
of course,
found an issue that was easily resolved by just stretching a collider, which no longer is an issue. But 9 times out of 10 with your stuff today that we've seen, I've literally fallen off my chair, and at one point I was physically shaking with excitement of what we can do with your assets, honestly. And it's not many times that I get it's a feeling you get when you suddenly are inspired to create something because you've seen the potential of what's in front of you. When you're sitting there trying to think of an idea to make a game or make a project, and you're umming and ahhing and not too sure, and then suddenly you see something which lets you think of something which you previously didn't even think possible. And I just want to remind people, one of the things that we just saw today, which you were like, yeah, it's just a basic thing. It's just the basic thing. But for me, I just saw this and I was like, what a clever idea. And immediately thinking, that could be a terrain and I'm in a 2D endless runner running around it. Or a bike, it's actually a mesh of a terrain and your vehicle is like jumping around it. Or snowboarding, or you can merge the two together. And
it could be anything.
And it's when you see something that inspires you and lets you think outside the box and makes you excited to make something. my hat's off to you, mate. Really, I wish you nothing but best of luck. Don't let stupid publishers get in your way. Just keep on persevering. Thank you for bringing, no, because you're making a game and you're taking chunks out of it and you're giving it to other people to also make games. And thank you so much for that.
Thank you. I honestly wasn't expecting this verdict. I came prepared for a lot of criticism, and this is actually really, really exciting and heartwarming for me to hear that. And I'm really, really glad that you like this. It actually means a lot to me.
If it was shit, I would tell you to your face.
Yeah, I believe that. I've seen your reviews. That's why I came prepared for criticism.
I want to see the Dreamteck Splines more involved in the Endless Runner, because it was so easy to make those splines in the Endless Runner. I don't want to keep on going back to point 0 when I'm adding a new node.
Yeah, me neither.
So Wizard Donko said, I own the Endless Runner already. I need to buy splines. Thanks so much. Wizard Donko, you need it. Just even for this little demo. You need it in your life. Right? Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for getting power back on and coming back on. And I can't wait to have you back on that when you are having the launch party for your game when it's over on the Switch, because I know it's going to be there.
With great pleasure. All
right, buddy. While I say goodbye to you, I'm just going to show everyone your video one more time. Mikko from Dreamteck Studio. Have a great night, mate. You get some sleep. Hopefully by the time you wake up, you might have some electricity back on in your house.
It actually just came on. I just didn't bother to, turn on my computer. So the electricity is back online. Everything's okay. Let there be light.
Let there be light. Yeah. The refrigerator's working again.
Yes. So yeah, everything's it's okay on my side here. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. Good night, everybody. Good night, Messi. Once again, it's been a blast talking to you.
Good night, buddy.
Yeah. Good night.
What a lovely bloke. I'm so glad he got himself powered back up and came back in. Congratulations to all the winner. It is so easy to use. I've used a lot of those spliny stuff. And it is so simple to use. It really is. So easy. And this game just looks awesome. It's coming out soon on Steam. It says, add me to your wish list. I'm adding it to my wish list. It looks, I can't understand publishers going, it doesn't fit in with our portfolio. If a game is a good game, then we'll publish it. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's nonsense. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.